Aerospace company is under fire today, accused of dumping low-level radiation waste into a private landfill.
There are allegations the company denies. Eyewitness News reporter Gene Gleason is live in Sun Valley with the story. Gene?
Well, Michelle, the Boeing is the company, and you're right. It denies it ever dumped low-level radioactive material here at the Bradley Landfill in Sun Valley. Its Rocketdyne division is at the tail end of a 2-decade-long effort to clean up the Santa Susana field laboratory. Now, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, that laboratory did operate several very small nuclear reactors, but Boeing says those reactors were shut down and shipped away long ago. Rocketdyne still tests rocket motors on its stands in the Santa Susana Mountains above Chatsworth, but the nuclear research on satellite power plants and civilian electricity generators ended years ago. Boeing says the last radioactive nuclear fuel and containment vessels were shipped to Hanford, Washington in 1988. What came to the Bradley landfill, according to Rocketdyne's manager of radiation safety, was the steel and concrete from dismantled laboratory buildings. And Phil Rutherford says none of it was radioactive.
The material is basically building debris from radiological facilities that have been cleaned in compliance with federal regulations to meet their cleanliness limits. Once a material is released for unrestricted use and cleared by the agencies, it ceases to be radioactive waste.
State regulators say Rocketdyne disposed of material here that should have been classified as low-level radioactive waste, and that a quiet change in regulations kept them in the dark. But Rocketdyne says everything it did was cleared by state and federal regulators.
The regulations are very restrictive and safe for public use, and in fact the limits that we are required to go by are actually less than the level of radioactivity in salt substitutes that you could buy in the supermarket and eat with no harmful effects.
Well, not everybody is convinced. This afternoon, LA's Mayor James Hahn said he is greatly concerned by these reports that low-level radioactivity is in this landfill, and he's asking for an investigation to check on the health risks to people that live nearby. Live in Sun Valley, Gene Gleason, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Gene, thank you. The Southland already has the signature Hollywood